What do you do when you're intermittent fasting and you hit a weight loss plateau? This is a really common question I get. People are hitting a plateau and they really don't know how to handle it when they're already doing intermittent fasting. And the first thing I'll say is plateaus happen to everybody on every plan. And a lot of times they happen even when you're doing everything right. I hit plateaus even in 2016 when I was being very consistent. I was at OMAD. I actually hit like a month-long plateau when I went to OMAD. And not only did they last for about a month or so, but it wasn't because I was doing anything wrong. Plateaus are mainly a mental game. If you can just hang in there and be patient, I think what you'll find is that they eventually break. The problem is most people quit their plan or go off and do the unsustainable thing in an effort to break the plateau. So how do you deal with a plateau? I think the first thing to do is, first of all, if you're not already, gather as much data as you can. And I do this by weighing every single day and keeping track of my 7-day average. When I've done this, it's been able to show me whether I'm even in a plateau or not, because sometimes the weight loss is happening, it's just really, really slow. And if you were only trying to figure that out by, like, say, weighing once a week, you might not be able to see the changes that are actually happening. But if you have, been tracking your 7-day average over the course of 6 to 8 weeks, let's say, and your number is just stuck at that one place, then I would say, first of all, look at your consistency and be really honest with yourself. A very common problem is that you're just not being consistent with your plan, and that's why your weight loss is stalling out. So first, get consistent with your plan for 6 to 8 weeks before you start making any judgments about whether or not your plan is actually working. The way I always handled a plateau was to simply wait it out. So if you're, sitting there and it's been like 6 to 8 weeks, I would say, continue being consistent and just see how long it takes to break it. And I know that takes a lot of patience, but I'm really glad that when I was at 186, that I didn't just assume that my plan wasn't working anymore. Because I just stuck it out, I was able to continue to lose down. I lost, after it was all said and done, all the way down to like 142 because I stuck with that plan. What I see happening all too often is, and this is what I used to do, is, if a plan, stalls out, then I would just make it that much harder. I would work out harder. I would restrict more food. And then what would end up happening is I would crash and burn and end up starting to gain weight back. So instead, stay with the sustainable plan. I don't do longer fast in an effort to make the scale start moving again. Instead, I just stick with what works. But if you find you're at that plateau and the scale is just not moving, another thing that could be happening is that you're at a good weight. You're at a healthy weight, and it's something that you could just maintain if you choose to. But that's a very individual thing. So, you get to make that determination. Do you currently feel comfortable there? For example, when I got down to 157, I was technically like 3 pounds overweight according to the BMI, but I felt good there. So I decided to maintain that for almost a year before I decided to go back and lose a little bit more weight. So you have that option. Another thing that might be happening is you may just be losing really, really slowly. Your plan is still working, but it's just slow. And that happens to pretty much everybody once they get down to a normal BMI. So if you plug in your numbers to the BMI calculator and you find you're at a normal BMI, you may just have to start looking back, say 3 months at a time and see how your number is moving because it can be really slow. For example, when I got in the normal BMI zone, my weight loss slowed to 1/3 of a pound a week. So it's very, very slow. It did happen. It just took a lot longer than what you might think. Now, if you find that your plan truly isn't working anymore, it's taken you as far as it can take you, and you still want to lose weight, I think that the thing to remember is, you have that option. It's just going to mean that you're going to have to tweak your plan. And I would always think in terms of small, tiny tweaks, one at a time, that you implement and then test out for 6 weeks or so before you make any other change. Don't do like ridiculously hard things or unsustainable things. Always go with what seems sustainable for you. The main thing to remember is don't just give up. Even just being plateaued for a while is a good thing because you're maintaining your weight loss, and that is a really good skill to have. That's how I deal with weight loss plateaus. I'm curious to know, how long has your longest plateau been, and what did you do to get it moving again? Were you just patient? Did you do something, and how did that work out for you? I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe down below. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're currently trying to lose weight and you're just having a hard time, check out my Slow and Steady Success Academy. There you'll find a course called Intermittent Fasting for Weight Loss 101, where I take you through the entire process from start to finish and how to implement intermittent fasting successfully in your life for weight loss. The link is in the description. The All Access Pass to Slow and Steady Success Academy is a monthly subscription plan that gets you access to every course that is currently available in this academy, as well as any that will become available in the future. Also, you'll get access to our private All Access Pass members only Facebook group.